We all know that there are things out there that could be leading to our demise. Smoking, drinking, doing drugs. But there are things out there that are not so obvious. Could you be doing some of these things? Now, we'll demonstrate some things that could be leading to your demise. First, are your feet dangling off the chair? The edge of the seat could be cutting off the circulation to the back of your leg. Next, are you crossing your legs? Think of your pelvis like a ring. There's a joint in the back called the sacroiliac joint, and there's a joint in the front called the pubic bone. They work in conjunction. When you sit with your legs crossed, it causes your leg to go into flexion, and your pelvis shifts in rotation. It might not hurt for 5 minutes, but if you continually do this every day, your pelvis can be stuck in that position. Remember, your pelvis is your base. If that becomes misaligned, everything below it and above it also become misaligned. If you must cross your legs, this is what I prefer. I want you to cross your legs at your ankle. Wait a minute, have you been sitting on a wallet this entire time? Behind your glute is a huge nerve called the sciatic nerve. Compression of this nerve can cause radiating pain down to your foot. Symptoms can include numbness and tingling all the way down to the foot. Try this. Try a slim wallet in your front pocket. Wait a minute, have you been wearing those tight jeans this entire time? Wearing tight jeans around the midsection can cause myalgia paresthetica. What that means is that it's cutting off the circulation of the nerves that feed the anterior lateral part of his thigh, around this area right here. People typically come in with tight jeans or a tight belt. I suggest that you wear something a little looser next time. Wait a minute, have you been wearing high heels this entire time? When we wear high heels, we're jamming our metatarsals, our foot bones, straight into the ground. It's also making your calf really tight. But more importantly, you don't have heel strike when you're walking. That can cause a lot of problems in your gait cycle. Look at the angle at which his foot is compressed. It's forced into a small toe box, and it's keeping his foot in plantar flexion. Remember, ankle mobility not only affects the ankle, but the knee and the hip as well. When we force it in plantar flexion, we don't practice all ranges of motion. Remember, our ankle and foot has so many sensory receptors. We want to practice all ranges of motion so we can have healthy feet, knees, and hip joints. Wait a minute, have you been wearing a backpack this entire time? If you wear your backpack improperly, it can cause you a lot of stress on your low back. Can you put it on the other shoulder? If you wear your backpack too low, you might have to hinge from your hip, causing you to flex forward. What we want to do is properly set the straps so the top can feel more comfortable on your mid-back. Also, avoid wearing a strap over one shoulder. If you're lifting your shoulder, you're going to cause your levator scapula to raise up and cause tension in your neck. Also, a lot of backpacks have straps that you can put around your waist. If your backpack is too heavy, that can alleviate a lot of the pressure off of your shoulders. Purses might look good to some, but always keeping it on one shoulder could cause you a lot of problems. Guitarists come to me with neck pain and headaches. Why? Because they're constantly holding up their guitar with their right shoulder. So it's no wonder that their shoulders aren't level. It gets tight. When we relax, it remains short. It can pull our neck to one side and give us headaches. When you feel tightness in your shoulder, switch the bag around to the other shoulder. Remember, muscle imbalances don't only affect that muscle. Tightness in the shoulder doesn't only affect the shoulder itself. Everything is connected. Let's be more mindful of how we wear our bags. Your spine has 33 vertebrae and has 4 curves. In your neck and your low back, you have a backward C, and your upper back and your sacrum has a regular C. The reason why we have these curves is for compression against gravity and locomotion. Nerves come out of these bones through foramen. These nerves connect to our muscles, joints, and our organs. Through injury, improper alignment, or pathology, these foramen can close up. It presses on the nerve and it can cause us pain. What we want to do is keep these holes as large as possible. This can be accomplished through neutral spine. Let's be aware of our posture so that we can prevent pain and injury. Taking social cues from the people around us isn't necessarily the healthiest thing. Not all habits that we form are good habits. Let's work on unlearning some of these behaviors.